Oh yeah, my friends, it is Red Velvet Dragon time since we had the update, and we got our team here to cover for you today. So thank you for tuning in, as always, as we break down the guild battle, Destiny's Flight 21-2 here, Red Velvet Dragon and Machine God of the Eternal Void right here behind me. Now, we've had the Machine God already. Now it's time for us to cover the Red Velvet Dragon and cover both of these so that you can succeed and contribute to your guild and get some amazing, awesome rewards. All right, so thank you for tuning in. Let's get into it here right away for our Red Velvet Dragon, or RVD. A couple things on this one in particular. We got the Red Dragon Skills passive here. That's the biggest thing, is just understanding that reflection back to the attacker there. We'll cover that here in a second as well. Additionally, many players were asking, what's new, what's different with this particular team. So if we do go to our team ideas, there is a couple things actually a little bit different here. When we look at our poison team, we've actually lost Matcha here. We have Dark Choco instead. And then down below here for our darkness team, we actually have Peach Blossom in there as well. So there's a couple a little bit of a different pieces and components to these teams than there were before. So something to pay attention to, and we'll do another even more breakdown of Red Velvet Dragon that you can check out here on the channel though. Regardless though, if you click apply, you're going to get that team or the team. If you don't have those cookies, it won't give it to you. And then additionally the treasures, and then it will equip essentially everything in that slot 1. So we're going to hit apply. I've already done it. We're going to go over to our team here. Now, a couple things here. Let's go and edit and break this thing down just a little bit more for you. So originally here on this one in particular, my friends, a couple key things to understand, as we did actually run Rebel Cookie here as well. So that is something that you could swap in if you wanted to do that instead here. So you can absolutely go ahead and do that. Where we go, Mr. Rebel Cookie. We are. There you go. So you can absolutely do that. We'll stick to it for today, though, so you can see it and maybe run it with both so that you can see the difference in the damage output here. So if we quickly do want to put that back, we can go to Team Ideas, apply it just like that, and there we go. All right. So back into edit. A couple things here on this. Let's get into our gear, though. We are on attack, crit with Dream Conductor's Whistle on attack, cooldown attack there. So very attack forward. In terms of our gear, a couple things here. I am going to go with Solid Almond here at the beginning because we talked about that damage reflection there. I want to make sure that we're covered in that particular space. Rebel Cookie on the swap here does give you a little bit more of that shield, HP shield, so you can keep that in mind and also change those things up. You can go on attack, you can go on cooldown there too. It's really going to depend on that level of that dragon. We are currently over 100 though, so I'm going to stick with that for now. Let's get back to our gear. Next here, we're on lots of attack and cooldown. Here we're on cooldown. We're going to go over to poison because we want a lot of poison damage. And we're going to focus on that element. Here we're on attack and lots more attack. Again, kind of being our key healer. Here attack, we can move over to Solid Almond for survivability, damage resist, and defense are going to be key here again for Apple Candy. On that surviving. Okay, so that is going to be the breakout and breakdown of this particular team and the way that I have it set up. More focus on that attack, a little bit more focus on the poison and some of that survivability, just based off of where I am at. Now I also believe everything is available to you there in that mileage shop. So let's go ahead. We're going to do our run here against the dragon, get that high score in hopefully here, and get that damage knocked down. And see how it goes. So right now, Red Velvet Dragon, let's go here, let's go here. Now the key is, if you do have a little bit more, see there you go, lots of that damage in there on Dark Choco, not quite good enough for me. So in that case, we still have 30 seconds left. We need to either have more damage resist if we want to keep Dark Choco in there, or flip over to Rebel Cookie, because Rebel's going to do much better damage for us here. So I'll show that real quick. There we go, 1.2. If we go to exit and then flip over to our Rebel Cookie, here we go. Let's go into edit and let's remove their skill elements, and there we go, into win, grab Rebel. There you are. All right. Oop, we do want to look at the gear on Rebel though. We're on attack. Let's go here instead. If we need damage resist, we can go there as well. We'll stick on that one. There we go. And back into it, so that we can see if we get a little bit more damage in terms of this team. This was the one that I ran before, by the way. just so that players know. And when they were asking, is there any difference in particular here? Not really, because we are running the same team. So as you can see here, Rebel Cookie is staying alive. We don't lose Rebel Cookie. We're getting a lot more damage in there because of that as well. So let's go ahead and show that. And boom, there we go, my friends. Look at that. Look at that. Much better damage. So big difference there, understanding how to play this particular team and that swap and what it works for you. And this is what worked for me. So wanted to showcase that and share that with you here today. So Rebel Cookie's the way. All right, so that is Red Velvet Dragon. Now it's time for us to go Machine God of the Eternal Void, my friends. If you caught last week and the original breakdown of this, just a couple things. First here again, Unstoppable Engineering Passive. It's really vulnerable to water. That's going to be the key right there. In terms of our team ideas, we have two. We have the Star Coral team right here, and then we got the Sea Fairy team right here. Sea Fairy is really going to amplify the water. I cover that a little bit more in that detailed guide as well. However, I want to call it out here for you. Again, hit apply. Same thing's going to happen. Let's go into edit. We can talk a little bit more about this team setup. The big thing here is the more water type damage that you have, the higher you have on the team leader here. Everything there is going to make a big difference on this particular boss. So when we go to gear, here you can see I went to speed, lots and lots of water damage. And then down here, we're on cooldown with water damage. Here we're on attack and water damage. With resonant as well. Here we're on attack. I did not put water on there. And then last but not least, attack and more water. So just going to this water added, I think, another 25% plus and scaling those things against this boss in particular. So let's go ahead. We'll show this one here for you so you can see every one of those tweaks does make that big difference. And between the two teams, this is the one that really cranks out damage for me here. Certainly you want to play the one that's going to work for you. And like me, the #1 free-to-play player, it's important to make sure that you're adjusting your teams. I like to give ideas on how you can do that. Based off what mine looks like, some of those upgrades and changes that I would make or things that you can focus in on to certainly be successful here, my friends. All right, let's go, let's go. And there we have it, 175 into 5 billion damage. Look at that, Machine God of the Eternal Void, check right there, my friends. So there we have it for this particular guild battle, Destiny's Flight 21-2, covering Red Velvet Dragon and Machine God of the Eternal Void. First time being together and the first time delivering these two guild bosses here for you as well. With that, I truly hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you got a question, you got a comment, let me know. I'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to see you in our amazing community and Discord server. On top of that, my friends, thank you for your support. As always, I truly appreciate it. All right, get out there, contribute to your guild. That is Destiny's Flight 21-2. Collect some awesome rewards and get out there, have some fun. I'm having fun with that Machine God of the Eternal Void as well. And with that, until next time, my friends, keep on running.